Rukmini Callimachi. Rukmini Maria Callimachi, born 25 June 1973, is a Romanian-American journalist. She currently works for the New York Times. Background: Callimachi gained her name Rukmini through her family's closeness to the Indian theosophist Rukmini Devi Arundale, founder of Kalakshetra Foundation in Chennai, India. She left Romania during the communist regime with her mother and grandmother for Switzerland and then the United States. In the U.S., she attended the Oak Grove School and the Thacher School in Ojai, California. She graduated from Dartmouth College and from Exeter College of the University of Oxford, where she did a graduate course in linguistics. Career: after publishing some poetry, Callimachi became a freelancer in New Delhi, India, including Time magazine. In 2003, she joined the Associated Press in Portland, Oregon. After a year in New Orleans documenting the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in 2006, she began reporting out of Dakar, Senegal, as a West African correspondent for the Associated Press. There she focused on investigating the exploitation of children in West and Central Africa, for which she was named a Pulitzer finalist in international reporting in 2009. Callimachi later became known for her work on extremism and was again named Pulitzer finalist in 2014 for her discovery and fearless exploration of internal documents that shattered myths and deepened understanding of the global terrorist network of Al-Qaeda. In 2014, Callimachi was hired by the New York Times. Her reporting focused on Islamic extremism, which helped the Times earn a Pulitzer finalist accolade in 2016 as part of a group entry. Callimachi's work in investigative journalism was recognized in 2016 as she won the inaugural International Center for Journalists' Integrity in Journalism Award for her exceptional contribution to exposing crimes against humanity. In 2020, Callimachi was reassigned at the Times and will no longer cover terrorism. ISI's reporting. Caliphate. The serialized audio documentary Caliphate, first released in April 2018, follows Callimachi as she reports on the Islamic State and the accounts of Abu Huzaifa al-Khanadi, who claimed to have murdered people while fighting for the Islamic State, and since returned to Canada where he was living freely. The podcast won a Peabody Award in the radio/podcast category that year. Her work on Caliphate also made her a Pulitzer finalist again for dissecting the power and persistence of the ISIS terror movement through relentless on-the-ground and online reporting and masterful use of podcast storytelling. In May 2018, the reliability of Huzaifa's story had received concerns from television journalist Diana Swain of CBC News, who suggested that he may be lying to the New York Times. In September 2020, the Canadian Abu Huzaifa, whose real name was Shahroz Chaudhry, was arrested by Royal Canadian Mounted Police RCMP and charged under Canadian hoax laws for fabricating his story on social media of traveling to Syria and joining ISIS, which was covered by the Caliphate podcast produced by the New York Times. His case is ongoing. In response to criticism of Caliphate's depiction of Chaudhry's story, the Times announced on September 30 that the paper would begin a fresh examination of the series' reporting. In December 2020, the New York Times admitted that much of the podcast had been based on bad information, that significant errors had been made at the newspaper, and that the Caliphate podcast as a whole should not have been produced with Mr. Chaudhry as a central narrative character. Callimachi was reassigned as a result. On December 18, 2020, the Times also announced that, in view of the results of its investigation, it will return the Peabody Award which had been won by the Caliphate podcast. The ISIS files. Over 15,000 files, now known as the ISIS files obtained by Callimachi and her Iraqi colleagues during embeds with the Iraqi army were digitized, translated, analyzed, and published by the New York Times and George Washington University in an exclusive partnership. The two partners announced their intentions to do so in 2018, and by 2020, the files have been online. There has been criticism of how Callimachi acquired the ISIS files. The documents are alleged to have been removed from Iraq without permission, displaying a neo-imperial mindset. Awards: 2018 Peabody Award in News and Radio/Podcast, later returned by the New York Times. 2016 Aurora Prize for Integrity in Journalism. 2014 Michael Kelly Award and finalist in 2009 and 2012. 2012 McGill Medal for Journalistic Courage from the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication. 2011 Eugene S. Pulliam National Journalism Writing Award from Ball State University for her article, Haiti Hotel Montana. 2009 Pulitzer Prize finalist for her in-depth investigation of the exploitation of impoverished children in West and Central Africa. 2007 Sidney Hillman Foundation Award, coverage of Hurricane Katrina aftermath, The Associated Press. 2004 John M. Templeton Religion Story of the Year Award, The Daily Herald Ill. Passage from India. 1998 Keats Shelley Prize for Poetry. Works. News. Gabon casts first votes after dictator's death. Associated Press. Press. 30 August 2009. Callimachi, Rukmini 9 August 2009. Opium addictions grip families in Afghanistan's remote villages. The Boston Globe. Afghan women candidates campaign in burqas. The Taiwan News. 30 July 2009. Ruler with 45 homes among world's most corrupt. The Taiwan News. 22 June 2009. Gabon weeps for strongmen despite lost riches. Free Library. 20 June 2009. Somali pirates held after attack off the Seychelles. The Scotsman. 29 April 2009. When the lights go out, students take off to airport. The Guardian. London. 21 July 2007. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Callimachi, Rukmini 15 May 2005. MT. St. Helens Victims Remembered. The Los Angeles Times. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Callimachi, Rukmini 26 November 2004. Adidas feeling pressure from Nike on home turf. The Los Angeles Times. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Callimachi, Rukmini 23 August 2004. Banks look to cash in by providing personal touches. The Los Angeles Times. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Callimachi, Rukmini 18 August 2004. All the comforts of home. The Los Angeles Times. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Callimachi, Rukmini 10 May 2004. Bioengineered grass is cause for growing concern. The Los Angeles Times. Retrieved 23 May 2010. Tim McGurk 29 January 2001. Tremor Mortis. Time. Callimachi, Rukmini 27 June 2015. ISIS and the Lonely Young American. The New York Times. Callimachi, Rukmini 2018. Caliphate. The New York Times. Poetry. The Anatomy of Wildflowers, Keats Shelley.